Coming up, a quick video on what I think is happening that caused the production of the Ford F-150 Lightning to stop. Welcome to another episode of Double J's List. If you'd like, please hit the subscribe button. It would really help me out. Hit the like button. It would help me out a lot too. We're going to talk about today what happened yesterday. Apparently, Ford stopped production of the Ford F-150 Lightning, which is probably going to be a problem because there's still a bit of demand for it. I still have one on order myself, and we're going to see if we can figure out what happened. So yeah, yesterday afternoon it hit the press that Ford had halted the production of the F-150 Lightning. And the only thing that the spokesperson was saying from Ford was because of a battery issue that was discovered in quality checks. They're not saying what the battery issue is. Is it something that can cause a fire like the stuff we just went through with the Chevy Bolt? Or is it something more minor, just a reliability issue, or who knows? So they purposely left it extremely vague. I don't think that it is a fire issue like the Chevy Bolt and all the Hyundai and Kia products. I think it's going to be more of a reliability issue. I think that if it were a fire issue, we would be seeing advice coming from Ford right now to not park your vehicle indoors and to not charge fully, limit your charging to like 80 or 90%, just like Chevy did later with the Bolt. And I think that we learned from that you need to get that information out really early, really fast, or it really upsets the public. There could be fires and really just reduce public trust. So I think Ford would make that announcement pretty quick. So that leads me to think that it's a reliability issue. So there was an episode of Hoovie's Garage where he had that F-150 Lightning, and then the charge didn't last very long in towing, which we know that that's already a problem with electric vehicles to begin with, but his was especially bad. And then apparently he sold it to a car dealership and the battery completely failed. And now apparently you can barely move the vehicle over, I think, 5 miles an hour or something like that, or it doesn't move at all. It's bricked. I don't know. And then the problem is that Ford is having such a tough time producing batteries for these that they can't even get the parts to the dealership to replace it under warranty. So it's just kind of a waiting game. Meanwhile, these vehicles are very quickly losing value. The whole excitement and demand for the F-150 Lightning is dropping fast. So I think that what is going to happen is Ford is going to develop a solution to quickly diagnose whether a battery is failing, if this is the actual case. And again, this is purely speculation on my part, but I feel like I'm a little bit educated on that, on this, because I've been through a recall now with my electric vehicle, and I've been watching other things and taking in other information. But they're going to have to come up with something to diagnose these things really quickly. Plug the computer in, it can test cells. There's a lot of things that they can actually do. Also, they may wind up having to, they're going to diagnose a battery, tell you whether it's failing or not, or their cells, individual cells failing, and they're going to have to come up with some way to repair them quickly if they can. And I think what the end game will be is they'll extend warranties for these battery packs. Because they don't want to lose people's trust in this product. The battery warranty is already pretty decent, but I can see them pushing it out further, especially maybe some sort of a warranty like, hey, you've had this replaced, we'll extend the warranty from the date that you had something replaced. I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, you're going to have people that are going to be like, well, if this thing's failing and it's brand new, and then they put a part and they say it's going to be okay, and do we really know it's going to be okay? So I think Ford's going to have to do something to stand behind the product. They've got so much behind it already, so much interest, so much money put into the development of it. They're going to have to do something. I don't think that they're just going to say, here's a quick fix and send people on their way. So what does this mean if you're like me and you have an order in right now and you're waiting? I'm right now at a stage where it says that I've got a date for production, but it hasn't given me the actual date. When I log in, it just says I'm scheduled for production. So one can only assume that this is going to be pushed out quite a bit further. Who knows when they're going to start production? Maybe they'll have a fix and get things going next week. It might be a month or two. We don't know. So I think that it's going to really push a lot of these things back. It's going to reduce some of the excitement for the product. None of this is good. From what I understand, the stock prices is tumbling for Ford, so this is not good for sure. Now, does this discourage me as far as someone who has one ordered? I'm still pretty excited about the product, but just like I said, I'm starting to lose excitement about this between these issues that are happening, and now they're raising the prices even more and more. I'm not even completely sure what I'm going to be paying, because I was told by the salesperson that I'm going to be paying a higher price than what I initially signed up for when I put my reservation in, but it's not as high as the price that is being marked on these right now when you go and build them on Ford's configurator. So we're going to see. Do I think that Ford maybe rushed the production of this a little bit too much? Yes. Ford was the first large company to get a truck out in production. The only exception to that would be Rivian. Rivian was a startup. It's a small company. This is one of the first real big companies in the world to get a full-size truck to production. Plus, the Rivian's not a full-size truck. But I think that Ford may have rushed a few things just to get this thing out before everyone else. Whereas you look at General Motors and Stellantis, the Ram brand, they're pushing their trucks out pretty far off into the future. I think Chevy will be putting those Silverado EVs out in the next few months here. That's like over a full year after the Lightning, and the Ram's coming even after that, so the Ram Rev. So I think Ford should have maybe slowed down a little bit and really focused on getting this right, do a lot more testing, research, and development. But they were the first one to get it out, and that was really exciting and a big deal when it happened. So anyway, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I would really appreciate that, and thank you for watching.